What separates the ultra-successful from those who struggle year after year? Is it intelligence, talent, or sheer luck? The truth is, success follows a specific psychology, a mindset, a way of thinking, and a set of habits that can be learned and mastered. Imagine having the confidence to tackle any challenge, the discipline to follow through on your biggest goals, and the clarity to design the life you truly desire. That's exactly what we'll uncover today, the psychology behind success and how you can apply it to transform your own life. Now let's dive into the script. Step 1. The power of a growth mindset. Your beliefs shape your reality. Those who embrace challenges and learn from failures achieve long-term success. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you achieve in life. It shapes the way you perceive challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. One of the most important mental frameworks for success is the growth mindset, the belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents are not fixed traits, but can be developed over time with effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset approach life with the understanding that failure is not a reflection of their worth or limitations, but rather a stepping stone to improvement. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, they view them as opportunities to learn and refine their skills. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? Rather than, why am I not good enough? This subtle yet powerful shift in thinking allows them to embrace challenges rather than avoid them. Research has shown that individuals with a growth mindset are more likely to take on difficult tasks, persist through difficulties, and ultimately achieve higher levels of success. This is because they see effort as the pathway to mastery. They don't expect immediate results, nor do they get discouraged by slow progress. Instead, they understand that every bit of effort they invest compounds over time, leading to significant improvements in their skills and achievements. Consider two people faced with the same challenge. One believes that their intelligence and abilities are fixed, so when they struggle, they conclude that they are simply not good at it and give up. The other, equipped with a growth mindset, understands that skill development is a process. When they encounter difficulty, they analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again. Over time, this approach leads to massive progress, while the person with a fixed mindset remains stuck at the same level. Step 2 in goal setting and clarity. Clear, specific goals act as a roadmap to success. Without them, you're drifting without direction. Success does not happen by accident. It is the result of clear goals, focused action, and unwavering commitment. Without a definite goal, you are like a ship sailing without a destination, drifting aimlessly, reacting to circumstances rather than shaping them. The most successful people in the world, from top athletes to business leaders, all have one thing in common. They know exactly what they want, and they have a detailed plan to achieve it. Goal setting is the foundation of achievement because it provides clarity. When you define a specific goal, you give your mind a clear target to focus on. The brain is a goal-seeking mechanism. It thrives on direction. When you set a well-defined objective, your subconscious mind begins working to align your thoughts, actions, and decisions with that goal. Without this clarity, you are likely to waste time on distractions, make inconsistent efforts, and struggle to make meaningful progress. The first step in effective goal setting is specificity. Vague goals produce vague results. Saying, I want to be successful is not a real goal because it lacks detail. Success means different things to different people. Does it mean financial independence? Does it mean becoming a respected expert in your field? Does it mean building a thriving business? The more precise you are, the more likely you are to achieve your goal because you will have a clear direction. A well-defined goal sounds more like, I will increase my income by 50% in the next 12 months by developing new skills, networking with industry leaders, and launching a side business. This goal is clear, measurable, and actionable. Another critical factor in goal setting is having a deadline. Without a time frame, a goal remains a wish. Deadlines create urgency and force you to take action. If you set a goal without a specific date, you are likely to procrastinate. On the other hand, when you commit to a deadline, your mind starts working backward, breaking the goal down into manageable steps. You begin to ask yourself, what do I need to do this month, this week, today? This structured approach makes even the biggest goals feel achievable. Breaking down large goals into smaller milestones is essential for maintaining motivation. When a goal is too big, it can feel overwhelming, leading to inaction. But when you divide it into smaller steps, each achievement provides a sense of progress and builds momentum. For example, if your goal is to write a book in a year, you can break it down into monthly or weekly writing targets. Hitting these small milestones creates a sense of accomplishment and keeps you motivated. Step 3, the role of self-discipline. The ability to control impulses, stay consistent, and push forward despite obstacles is a defining trait of high achievers. Self-discipline is the foundation of success in any area of life. It is the ability to control impulses, delay gratification, and stay committed to long-term goals despite distractions, obstacles, or temporary discomfort. While talent, intelligence, and luck can play a role in achievement, self-discipline is the single most important factor that determines whether someone will reach their full potential. It is the bridge between setting a goal and actually achieving it. Without self-discipline, even the most ambitious plans remain unfulfilled dreams. At its core, self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people operate based on emotion. They take action when they feel motivated, but procrastinate when they feel tired, uninspired, or discouraged. The problem with this approach is that motivation is temporary. It comes and goes, and if success is dependent on feeling motivated, progress will always be inconsistent. Those who achieve great things understand that motivation is unreliable, but discipline is a choice. They develop the habit of taking action regardless of how they feel. One of the most powerful aspects of self-discipline is that it compounds over time. Every time you push yourself to complete a task when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your ability to stay consistent. Just like a muscle, self-discipline grows stronger with use. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes to maintain good habits and avoid distractions. On the other hand, every time you give in to procrastination or excuses, you reinforce those negative patterns, making it harder to stay disciplined in the future. Developing self-discipline starts with having a clear vision of what you want to achieve. When you have a strong reason behind your actions, discipline becomes easier. A person who is deeply committed to their goals is less likely to be swayed by temporary temptations. For example, an athlete training for a championship does not need to be convinced to wake up early and train. They have already decided that their goal is more important than short-term comfort. A business owner building a company does not need constant motivation to put in long hours. They understand that their hard work today will lead to long-term success. When the vision is clear, the discipline to take action follows naturally. One of the biggest challenges in developing self-discipline is overcoming instant gratification. The modern world is filled with distractions that offer immediate pleasure at the expense of long-term rewards. Social media, entertainment, and convenience-based lifestyles make it easy to avoid discomfort and seek quick satisfaction. However, true success requires the ability to delay gratification, to resist short-term pleasures in order to achieve greater rewards in the future. The most successful people have mastered this ability. They understand that success is not built in a single moment, but through consistent effort over time. They prioritize long-term benefits over momentary indulgences, whether that means saving money instead of spending it impulsively, exercising instead of skipping workouts, or working on important projects instead of wasting time on distractions. Step 4, in a law of cause and effect, every action has a consequence. Successful people understand that consistent positive actions lead to desired outcomes. The law of cause and effect is one of the most powerful and fundamental principles of success. It states that for every effect in life there is a specific cause. Success, wealth, happiness, health, and achievement are not random occurrences. They are the direct results of specific actions, behaviors, and decisions. Likewise, failure, frustration, and disappointment do not happen by chance. They are the effects of certain causes. This universal law explains why some people achieve extraordinary success while others struggle continuously. Those who understand and apply this law take full responsibility for their results, knowing that everything they experience is a consequence of their own choices and actions. At its core, this principle is about understanding that nothing happens without a reason. In the same way that planting an apple seed results in an apple tree, the causes you set in motion will always determine the effects you experience. If a person wants to change their results in any area of life, they must change the causes they are producing. This means adopting new habits, making better decisions, and taking consistent action aligned with their desired outcome. Success is not a mystery. It is simply the result of applying the right causes repeatedly until the desired effect is achieved. People who struggle in life often believe that external circumstances are responsible for their failures. They blame the economy, their upbringing, their lack of connections, or bad luck. However, the law of cause and effect makes it clear that these external factors are not the root cause of their situation. While circumstances can play a role, the primary driver of results is always personal action and behavior. Two people can face the same challenges and yet produce completely different outcomes based on their mindset, choices, and effort. This law can be observed in every area of life. In health, those who exercise regularly, eat nutritious food, and get enough sleep experience higher energy levels and better well-being. Those who neglect their health by consuming junk food, avoiding exercise, and sleeping poorly experience low energy, illness, and weight gain. The effect is directly tied to the cause. In finances, people who save, invest, and make wise spending decisions build wealth over time, while those who spend impulsively, accumulate debt, and ignore financial planning often struggle with money. The same principle applies in relationships, career success, and personal development. Understanding this law allows a person to take full control of their life. Instead of feeling powerless, they realize that by changing their actions, they can change their outcomes. A person who is not happy with their current situation must first analyze the causes that have led to it. What daily habits have contributed to their current reality? What decisions have shaped their circumstances? Once they identify the causes, they can begin replacing them with better ones. This shift in thinking moves a person from being reactive to being proactive, from feeling like a victim of circumstances to becoming the architect of their own future. Step 5, the influence of environment and associations. You become like the people you surround yourself with. Choose your circle wisely to fuel growth and success. The environment in which a person lives and the people they associate with have a profound impact on their success, mindset, and overall quality of life. No one exists in isolation. We are constantly influenced by the world around us. The habits, beliefs, and behaviors of those we spend the most time with shape our thinking, decisions, and ultimately our outcomes. This is why successful individuals are deliberate about the environments they place themselves in and the people they surround themselves with. They understand that if they want to achieve great things, they must be in an environment that supports growth and be surrounded by people who challenge, inspire, and elevate them. One of the most powerful truths about human nature is that we become like the people we associate with most. If a person spends their time around negative, unmotivated, and undisciplined individuals, it is almost inevitable that they will adopt similar attitudes and behaviors. On the other hand, if they spend time with ambitious, positive, and forward-thinking individuals, they will naturally absorb those traits. This is why choosing one circle carefully is crucial. The people in our lives act as mirrors. They reflect back to us our potential or our limitations. They either lift us up or hold us back. The subconscious mind is highly impressionable and constantly absorbs the ideas, attitudes, and energy of those around us. This means that even without realizing it, a person can pick up limiting beliefs, fears, and negative habits simply by being in the wrong environment. If someone is surrounded by people who complain, make excuses, and blame external circumstances for their problems, they will start to adopt the same mentality. Their standards will lower, their ambition will shrink, and their drive to succeed will diminish. However, if they are in an environment where people take responsibility for their lives, strive for excellence, and push themselves to grow, they will naturally rise to that level. One of the biggest obstacles to success is being in a toxic or unsupportive environment. This could be a workplace filled with negativity and gossip, a social circle that discourages ambition, or even a home environment that lacks encouragement and inspiration. Many people struggle to succeed not because they lack talent or ability, but because they are constantly surrounded by discouragement, doubt, or mediocrity. In such environments, success feels distant, and striving for more can seem unrealistic. This is why making a conscious effort to change one's surroundings is so important. Successful people take control of their environment by intentionally placing themselves in situations that inspire and challenge them. They seek out mentors, join high-achieving groups, and immerse themselves in communities that align with their goals. They understand that the energy and mindset of those around them will either propel them forward or drag them down. If they want to grow, they must be in a growth-oriented environment. If they want to succeed, they must be around people who are succeeding. Step 6, the habit of continuous learning. Success is a journey, not a destination. The most successful people are lifelong learners who constantly refine their skills. Continuous learning is one of the most important habits for long-term success, personal growth, and fulfillment. The world is constantly evolving, and those who commit to lifelong learning remain adaptable, competitive, and ahead of the curve. Knowledge is the foundation of progress, and the most successful individuals understand that learning does not end after formal education. Instead, they view learning as a lifelong process, one that allows them to gain new skills, expand their perspectives, and unlock new opportunities. The greatest achievers in history, from business leaders to inventors, scientists, and thought leaders, have all been committed to continuous learning. They understand that intelligence is not fixed, and that growth comes from the constant pursuit of knowledge. They dedicate time each day to reading, studying, and developing new skills. While others become complacent, They remain curious, always searching for ways to improve themselves and stay ahead of the competition. One of the most powerful benefits of continuous learning is that it keeps the mind sharp and adaptable. The world is changing faster than ever with new technologies, industries, and ideas emerging constantly. While those who stop learning risk becoming obsolete, while those who keep acquiring new knowledge remain valuable in their fields. This is particularly important in today's rapidly evolving job market, where skills that were once highly sought after can quickly become outdated. The individuals who consistently update their knowledge and refine their skills are the ones who thrive, while those who resist change struggle to keep up. Continuous learning is also a key factor in building confidence. When a person is constantly expanding their knowledge, they feel more capable and prepared to handle challenges. They develop a strong sense of self-assurance because they know that they have the skills and information necessary to succeed. This confidence allows them to take on bigger opportunities, solve problems more effectively, and make better decisions. On the other hand, those who stop learning often feel insecure, uncertain, and stuck because they lack the knowledge to move forward. Another major advantage of lifelong learning is its impact on problem-solving abilities. The more knowledge a person acquires, the more equipped they are to think critically and solve complex problems. Learning exposes individuals to different perspectives, innovative ideas, and alternative ways of thinking. This makes them more creative and resourceful in finding solutions, whether in business, relationships, or personal development. Many of the world's most successful people attribute their achievements to their ability to continuously learn and apply new information in creative ways. One of the most common misconceptions about learning is that it only takes place in classrooms. In reality, the most valuable lessons often come from self-education, real-world experience, and studying the successes and failures of others. Many of the greatest minds in history were self-taught, using books, mentors, and practical experience to gain expertise. Today, with a vast amount of information available through books, online courses, podcasts, and seminars, anyone can access the knowledge they need to grow and improve. Success is not a matter of luck or talent alone. It is the result of deliberate actions, disciplined habits, and the consistent application of fundamental principles. Those who achieve greatness understand that success is a science governed by universal laws that anyone can follow. The psychology of success is built upon the foundation of a growth mindset, clear goals, self-discipline, the law of cause and effect, and the power of environment and associations. It is reinforced by the habit of continuous learning, which keeps individuals adaptable, informed, and always progressing. Each of these principles works together to create a strong foundation for achievement. A growth mindset allows individuals to embrace challenges and view failures as learning opportunities. Goal setting provides direction and clarity, ensuring that efforts are focused on meaningful objectives. Self-discipline fuels persistence and consistency, making sure that actions align with long-term aspirations. The law of cause and effect reinforces the idea that success is the result of specific, intentional actions. Surrounding oneself with the right environment and associations ensures that external influences support growth rather than hinder it. Finally, continuous learning keeps individuals sharp, adaptable, and prepared for new opportunities. When these principles are applied together, they create an unstoppable force for success. Those who internalize and practice these habits develop an unshakable sense of control over their lives. They no longer feel like victims of circumstance, but instead become the architects of their own future. They take responsibility for their actions, make intentional decisions, and consistently strive for improvement. Success is not a destination, but a continuous journey. It is a process of setting higher goals, overcoming obstacles, and evolving into the best version of oneself. The people who achieve the greatest success in life are those who never stop growing, never stop learning, and never stop pushing themselves beyond their comfort zones. By mastering these principles, anyone can create a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment.